Well, I say this. Everybody knew that this was going to happen. One. Two, what really took the cake was because this is week 18 of the NFL season, especially in the AFC, is you want to know what the other guys are thinking. So Myles Garrett basically said that there will be some changes coming forward. It's been leaked that he is probably going to request a trade, rightfully so, and that again, the top suitors, one of them will be the Falcons. Myles Garrett has a huge contract hit, if I'm not mistaken, to the to the to the salary cap.
Now, if y'all want a first round pick, y'all can have
it. For Myles Garrett,
100%. Matter of fact, you get two and a second.
we only got four picks this
You
draft.
can have you can have it all.
Pull the Saints with the Ricky Williams. We'll trade our
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
draft.
yeah. And I'll take 3 years. You got 3 years. Yeah, 100%. I'll take. Yeah, I will 100%. You can get two first. You can get the first this year. You get the first next year, and you can get the second. And either 26 or 25. I honestly don't care. Um, to discuss this from a Browns point of view and from a Myles Garrett point of view, especially with the news we got today that Deshaun Watson, who was already a flaming bag of garbage as far as production, had a setback with his Achilles. I think that, and Nick Chubb with the broken foot after all the things that he's been through. There's no way that this works for Myles Garrett, especially when you got a coach who just fired offensive and defensive coordinators, if I remember correctly, and he'll be fired next year. You'll be dead in a year, Kid Ray. Just like lean on me. So yeah, best thing you can do is get Myles Garrett out, get you a first and second round pick, get you two more first and maybe a second. You can begin to rebuild this team on the anticipation of Deshaun Watson exiting, and that's really going to be your only step forward. The bad part about this is outside of the Deshaun Watson pickup, this is really a well built team that could have been very dangerous. Um, the other part about this is the gross mismanagement of assets. The guy that you needed is now just won the NFC South for the second year in a row, and that's Baker Mayfield. Had you developed and kept Baker, then this team is honestly a very, very scary team. So for me, I love it. I want Myles Garrett, and the Browns are going to be the Browns. You're going to be picking a new quarterback again, like you've done for umpteen million years. But it's you.
Yeah. Um, the Baker Mayfield thing is a mismanagement of assets, but it's also the end of a regime. So I think they got rid of their coaches, and normally when you get rid of your coaches and you get rid of your GM, you normally end up getting rid of your quarterback, getting rid of everybody. I think that was, I don't know if that was the Sashi Brown regime where they did him kind of dirty, but if I remember, that's how they got rid of him. Myles Garrett, I mean, he's gonna leave.
Not a million years. Yeah, he's out.
I would leave. I do think you're right that they're gonna end up doing another rebrand, rebuild, unless they were to figure out, because they don't have no money, even though they just gave some back, because you got to re-sign them or an extension that will alleviate some of the cap hit for the next year so that you can go get something. But I mean, the only thing that you can really get, you can try with Joe Milton, but you've gone down the young quarterback rabbit hole and it didn't work, even though you got DTR, who I didn't understand. Not gonna lie to you, I like him. Didn't understand that pick at the beginning anyway. He wasn't a world beater at UCLA because UCLA was boo boo. So you got to figure out what
you know what the answer to this is.
black
Shador
quarterback.
Sanders.
Oh, Shador's not going there. Dion's not going to let Shador go to Cleveland. That won't happen.
Interesting.
He'll send him. He'll
Because
send Tennessee first. And Nick Chubb,
he's
you
not
don't know. Nick Chubb's been
you're
hurt
not
literally every year.
you you're not taking Shador over Cam Ward.
Cam Moore's going to the. Who's number one?
Tennessee. Cleveland 2.
Yuck, 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 yuck. That sucks for both of y'all, Shador and Cam. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Because Tennessee. Although I'll go to Tennessee first, easily.
Easily.
Tennessee probably is going
Like
to end up being worse than first next year in the AFC South.
right.
Quietly as kept.
Tennessee is formally like it's not a great situation, but it's a much more fixable situation than Cleveland. Cleveland is still surely on the downslope. The AFC South is vulnerable.
Yep.
You can fix that. If you got the right quarterback, you can fix that. You ain't fixing the Cleveland Browns, not in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, if definitely if I had to go with a quarterback in the I would go to the AFC South. Will Levis ain't it. The Mayo guy, he had another Levis moment. Did you see that? Where he kind of like jumped over the pile and looked like a cartoon character when they fall down the steps.
Yeah.
Looked like a Family Guy when Peter always falls down the steps. So yeah, Tennessee would be a good look actually because they have Calvin Ridley. They have 2 running backs, and they have a all-world defense when healthy. So I agree that might be it.
Tennessee at 1, they gonna take Cam Ward. I think that kind of said and done across the board. Cleveland, okay, Cleveland could take Travis Hunter, I guess, but if you don't go to Cleveland, then you get to go to the Giants, which is just as poorly run.
Malik Neighbors though, he's got yeah. All of them. I mean everybody in the lottery is
you're
going
not going to the
Patriots.
Patriots. You're not going to the Jaguars. So yeah, I mean maybe the best thing that could probably happen to him is drop to 6. And maybe Dion does that. Maybe Dion forces him out of I'm not going to the Giants. He will probably go to the Giants though. But if he goes to the Giants, that might make him a ton of money.
Yeah, you got Malik Neighbors.
It makes you a ton of money. I don't think that's long term the right answer for you though.
The Giants have a decent offense. They have a lot of young players there to go with whoever's going to be the quarterback. They got a lot of it. You got Malik Neighbors. You had the other receiver that was really good. You have it. I mean, didn't they have the first 1,000-yard rusher and 1,000-yard receiver as rookies? Didn't they have that for the first time in franchise history with no quarterback?
But you're also going to be going right back into getting a new quarterback and GM next year because they're going to stink again next year. And then you're going to have to fire them. Because they're in the NFC East. The Eagles going to be better than them. The Cowboys going to be better than them. And the Commanders are going to be better than them. They're going to fire their coach next year. So then you're going to go through this year of stupidity. And then you're going to have a new regime next year.
Cooked.
And I hate that, like, it's so obvious for us to see this thing and be clear, like, oh, we're just waiting for people to get fired.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Be in for it.